like I've been singing this song for a while.
Each time I make a memory, then I'll try to make it with you.
What's up, besties, and welcome back to another vlog. I'm actually freaking out as I'm starting this vlog. I don't know why I sound so happy. We're actually just about to leave the house. It is day 5 of the lockdown and we are about to leave the house to go to the hospital. I'm kind of sort of freaking out right now. Nothing hectic, nothing bad. We're just taking baby to get her vaccine. They were supposed to actually give her before she left the hospital. However, they forgot to do that. Kiva's money drew a tattoo on her hand with a crayon marker. Not permanent. Yeah, wow. Listen to brother being very impressed. So yeah, they completely forgot to give her that. In fact, the day she was discharged from hospital, they called us while we were on the way home to say we should come back so that she can get that vaccine. However, we didn't have the car then. We had to use an Uber because the car was in for service and they were taking forever and a billion years. Literally, we got the car the next day. Oh my goodness, don't play with the paper towel. So anyway, they had said we should come the next day, which was on Thursday. Next day I called them and they're like, no, we're out of stock and blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know what, whatever, she will get it when the lockdown is over. But then there was the issue of the medical aid, because this vaccine is hella expensive. Like for one dose is about 10K and they're giving the authorization per month. So if we don't get it now, we're gonna miss the March one. So then we're just gonna have to get the April and May one, and we need all 3 of them, and it was just such a mission. So eventually the people that are responsible for the vaccine ended up phoning the doctor to give the script to the pharmacist, and then calling the NICU to ask them to administer the dosage, and then getting the authorization number from the medical aid. And we have to basically go in today because today is the last day of March. Look at this boy. Not a single bone of fear in his body. Where is that going? Where is it going? Yeah. Why do you have my tripod? Look at him vlogging. I have created monsters. So that's the situation right now. We have to leave the house, and you know what, I'm actually kind of freaking out. The nurse at the NICU called me and she's like, yeah, I've told the lady downstairs that you're going to be coming, so give her a copy of your ID as well as your medical aid card. And then I told the guard at the gate that you're going to be coming and they should let you in. And in my mind I'm like, what is going on out there? It must be like a proper lockdown out there, because we honestly have not left the house since, or at least I haven't left the house since Snowly Bear came out of hospital, which was about 6 days ago. Since last week Wednesday, 5 days ago, I'm not necessarily too sure. I have never left the house, like at all, not even to go out and step on our green grass outside. I have not left the house, and today I have to do it. I'm hoping we're not going to bump into any soldiers. I hope it's going to be a smooth ride. We have to haul our kids with us because we don't have anybody else to take care of them. I hope it's just going to be a quick in and out, because I do not want to be in hospital for too long. Gamhela, no, you're going to get him wet, miss. She's literally straight up spraying water at her brother. The lockdown is driving my kids crazy. I honestly don't even know if I have a copy of my ID at all. I know I have it on email, but I think they want the physical copy. This is gonna be interesting. Let me just check that quickly, buddy. Please don't poke your sister. I got that check. Now I just need to get the baby bag. At least it's packed already, so I just grab and go. I'm gonna put that over there, and we need a car seat. Hi, your brother. Are we vlogging still? I swear he's gonna sit on the car seat. What you doing? Don't do it. Give me that, because this is dangerous.
Mama, there's a bug.
Yeah, it's dead. I stepped on it.
Are you sure?
Hi, buddy.
Did you saw it the first time or the second?
Yeah. We just got back home, and oh my gosh, was it nerve-wracking being out in the streets when you're supposed to be home. I've never seen the highway that empty. Ever, even in the night. Like, I've never ever seen the highway that empty. It was like barely 10 cars on the highway as we were driving to the hospital. It's insane. I'm grateful to be back home. I am paranoid as heck. I literally got home and I took off all my clothes, threw them into a plastic, and I washed my hands so hard. I considered taking a shower. I was the only one who went out with baby surprise. Why do I still call her baby surprise? I'm the one who went out with Nolly Bear. She got her injection and it was very quick. Like, we're barely in the hospital for 30 minutes. And we popped into Woolworths and oh my gosh, I had so much anxiety. And we headed straight home. It was so nerve-wracking. But you know what? I must say, I'm quite impressed by how serious people are taking this, at least this side anyway, like in our hood. Even when we were leaving our estate, the guy was like, it's lockdown, you're not supposed to be leaving. We're like, we're going to the hospital. I was like, oh, okay. I'm quite impressed. Overall, I hope you guys are keeping safe and sane. I know times are tough, it's getting harder, at least for people that are not used to staying home. I, on the other hand, have been preparing for this my whole entire life. This is basically what I do. Even when there's no lockdown, I just stay at home. Hi, Izzy. What's up? Why do you look so sad?
I finished my food.
That's nice.
I want cake.
Do you want cake or are you gonna ask for cake?
Please, can I have cake?
What did Daddy say?
No.
Oh, Daddy said not now. Okay.
So that's what you made me say.
Oh, I'm sorry. This girl's very clever. She's got this thing where, can you go pick a cup for me to put your juice in? She's got a thing where she will ask, oh, and get your place in the kitchen. She'll ask Dizzy for something, and then if Dizzy says no, she will look all sad and come ask me. So we have to be very clever.
What's up, besties? What?
We've been catching up on some TV with Kib's money. We're actually watching Frozen for the billionth time. Nolly Bear is right over there with us, which has been kind of cool. But I think Peanut is awake. He was napping. I hope she's just gonna stay asleep for a little bit longer. She's actually been sleeping for a while. This is what happens when you don't sleep in the night.
I told you.
Hello. Ooh, there's a thing right here that's gonna go into your eye. There we go. What happened to your tattoo? Uh-oh. This boy just all of a sudden looks so grown up and like such a big boy, such a toddler. It is insane. Who remembers when I was sitting on this couch with Peanut and he was about, what, 6 months, 7 months old?
Flashback.
He had lost so much weight and I was like, this is not... Yes, you did. And I was like, this is not happening. And so since then, he has picked up his weight. We took him for his 6 months injections just the other day. I know we're late, but he got sick and it was just so many things.
End of flashback.
Now he won't even let me hold him. Oh, how time has flown, and now he's a whole 16 months old. I wanted to quickly come here and end this vlog, but before I do that, I wanted to tell you guys a story about how exactly the doctor ended up discharging Panola from hospital. It's so funny because it was exactly on this day, exactly a week ago, on a Monday. My mom texted me to say, you must watch the news, the president's gonna be doing a state address and whatever, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch. I watched, and that's when he announced that on Thursday, midnight, is gonna be an official country lockdown. I remember sitting on the couch, it was in the night, and thinking to myself, it didn't feel right to me that we have to be at home during the lockdown while Nolly Bear is in hospital. And I was just like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be done, especially because Panola was perfectly fine medically anyway. I think 2 weeks after she was born, she didn't need anything medical that was keeping her in the hospital anyway. The only reason why she was in hospital was because she wasn't taking the bottle. And at the hospital that we were at, they don't discharge kids or babies until they're able to drink their feeds from the bottle. She would take probably at most like 30 mils in the bottle, and then they would have to do the rest of the feed via tube feeding. There was a time where I actually told them, like, none of my kids have taken a bottle before. Peanut took a bottle literally on day 1 when he was in school, probably because he was desperate, he needed milk, and then he just took it because I was in there. Kiba's money also was a real struggle. We started her on the bottle earlier though, because I was going back to work when she was 3 months old, and even then she started taking the bottle when I was at work because she was desperate and hungry. But regardless, I remember telling them, like, none of my kids have taken the bottle, and none of the nurses listened to me, and I was like so frustrated, like, why are they not listening to me? I'm telling you guys, sometimes when you're a mom and you're a bit petite, like nobody takes you seriously. But they were like, no, we have to try, she'll get to it, she's a preemie. They take a while to get the sucking motion going and whatnot. And I'm like, if she can take 30 mils with a bottle, she is pretty good with the sucking. She just doesn't want to take the bottle. Anyway, they wouldn't listen to me. So now fast forward to this Monday night, I'm sitting on the couch by myself, everybody's sleeping. I just listened to the president give the national address and announcing the lockdown, and I'm sitting there thinking, there's just no way that we're gonna be sitting at home while Bonola's in hospital. She doesn't need any medical attention. She's just there because she won't take the bottle. It was 10 p.m. I woke Dizzy up and I said to him, listen, the reality of the matter is all of our kids have never taken the bottle. We know we've had to struggle to get them to drink from the bottle, and Bonola's been in hospital now for almost 4 weeks just because she's not taking the bottle. She's been off of anything medically related for almost 2 weeks now, and these kids are noisy. And the bottle situation is not improving. However, I do believe that we need to give breastfeeding a chance. We need to try. And to be honest, at the time, I was at my all-time low with the whole thing of Bonolo being in the NICU and stuff, because all the kids that started the NICU journey with her were already home. And I remember one time I went into the NICU, and the parents that had their baby go into the NICU the day after Nolly Bear was born were walking out with their baby in the car seat, and I'm just like, why isn't our kid coming home? And in that time, the pediatrician was there, and he was like, you need to talk to your little lady and tell her to start sucking the bottle. I said to him, I'll try, but honestly I don't see that changing. Can we at least try breastfeeding? And he was like, yeah, sure. Just get the sisters to help you, the sisters being the nurses, to help you. And I'm like, perfect. And every time I told the nurses to let me breastfeed, they would tell me, no, Bonola will get there, she'll take the bottle and you're gonna take her home, she's just a bit of a lazy baby. Oh, that ticked me off so bad. Like, how do you just slap lazy on a child, on a baby that has got pretty much no lazy bone in her body? She just doesn't want a bottle. She's a pretty determined little baby, and she is feisty, and she is assertive, and she will not take a bottle if she doesn't want to. And then you call her lazy? I was not having it. And I think I did have a bit of a exchange with that nurse. Hi. Who was saying that, and I'm like, you're not gonna call my child lazy. You will not call my child lazy just because she doesn't want to take the bottle. There could be many other things why she's not taking a bottle, and lazy is not one of them. So I told Dizzy the whole thing. I told him my logic, like, this is what I'm thinking. It doesn't really make any sense for us to just sit back and hope for the best while we know that that's not going to happen. So I'm going to drive to the hospital and I'm going to try breastfeeding. It is nighttime, it's more quiet, there's barely no parent there to see their kid because everybody's home sleeping, so we could just relax, take our time. They're not pressured, and Dizzy and the kiddos will be home, and I don't have to like stress about keeping them downstairs or leaving them downstairs for too long. He raised his concerns, for one being I'm a woman and I'll be driving at like almost midnight by myself. My C-section, I'm not necessarily allowed to drive until like after my 6 weeks checkup, and at the time I was only almost 4 weeks postpartum. And then another thing, he was concerned with my mental state, but I was like, we have to try. Like, the worst thing for me would be sitting at home during lockdown with my head exploding with regret that I didn't try hard enough to get Bonolo to come home before the lockdown. I'll be very honest, when I left the house to go to the hospital that night, we were not necessarily agreeing on what needs to be done because he was still concerned. I needed to try, and so it was a matter of just taking that leap. I left, I managed to get to the hospital on time, went upstairs, washed my hands, got all ready, and you guys, I kid you not, as soon as I put Bonolo onto my boob, she latched on and drank like a charm. They did not believe it because they also thought I was being crazy coming to the hospital in the night when my child is not even sucking. She doesn't want to take the bottle, so obviously she's not ready to suck on anything yet, but she breastfed like a charm, and they didn't believe it. And I remember the nurse who was taking care of her that night was saying, I'm gonna write in her file, like, you need to let this child go home. She just doesn't want the bottle because she took that boob like life depended on it. Around 1 a.m, 1:30, I left the NICU, but I didn't go home. I slept in the car, and this is what I was talking about in the previous vlog, that I had slept in the car, literally running until I was asleep. The Tuesday, the car was scheduled to go for service. I dropped the car off for the service. They dropped me off at home. Just when I got home, they called me from the NICU, and they're like, the doctor wanted to come spend the whole day with baby here breastfeeding, because we saw on the file, the nurses gave us feedback that the baby feeds much better on the boob than she does on the bottle. She just doesn't want, she's not a bottle baby. And I'm like, I've been singing this song for a while. I ended up having to Uber, hefty bill of Uber to the hospital, spent all day there. She breastfed all day, I mean during her feeding time, which I'm not necessarily a mom who feeds on schedule, but in the NICU they have a schedule, so I had to stick to the schedule. But she was breastfeeding like a charm all day. And so they said to me, well, this is it. Tomorrow she's gonna go home. And that's basically the story of how baby Surprise got to be discharged from the hospital. I cannot stress enough how hard you need to listen to your instinct as a mom. Had I just sat back and said, the doctors say she's not ready, she's not sucking, she's not drinking enough, and so she can't come home, Nolibert would probably still be in hospital right now. I'm telling you guys all this to say, if you're a mom, if you're a first-time mom, or a third-time mom, or fourth time, fifth time, heck, however many kids you have, always follow your instincts. Yes, take advice from people. Yes, listen to the doctors, but also follow your instincts. And if you have to push through some barriers, if you have to jump through some hoops, do it. Because one day you will look back and think, wow, I'm glad I did. Anyway, I'm gonna end this vlog right here. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thumbs up if you watched this far. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you besties tomorrow. Bye, besties.
Tonight we're running on the right track.